Rihanna.
Hey, what's up?
TNO
This is
Sounds.
Ludacris.
What's up,
It's
y'all?
all
This is
about
Nicki
the
Minaj.
music.
You're rocking with the best. TNO Sounds.
All right, welcome back to the Music Box with TNO Sounds. And now we are now joined by Pastor Boland. You want to put on your headphones? Right?
Yeah, all the protocols have been
Yes.
so you don't have to worry.
Still got the bands. Yeah. All right, so we are now joined by Pastor Boland and crew. Just introduce you guys self real quick. Starting with you, and then the man himself.
Yeah, pleasant good night, everybody. Stephen Richards here. I'm the drummer for the band.
The drummer is the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. And Elton Wilkin, keyboardist.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm Pastor Bernard Boland Jr. Pastor.
Pastor.
He said pastor, you know. I like that. No, not even a singer of the band.
No, I'm the manager of the band, really.
Okay. Okay, so tell us the name of the band and where is the band located?
It's a roots gospel band, and well, I can't really say where we are located, but we function in St Kitts.
Yeah.
The guys, they go to different churches.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen comes to Halal, Nelto goes to Pentecostal Harvest. We have persons from Wesley and Holiness also in the band.
So it's definitely a combine of musicians.
Yes.
And how did you even source these talented young men and young ladies?
One of them could answer. They have
Okay. Nelto and Stephen.
Well, in truth of the fact, the band really started out with me and the main keyboardist, Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
We were going on playing for different people at a point in time, and then after a while, we really got kind of annoyed with how things were going.
Yeah.
And we decided to seek out management, and that's when we contacted him. And then Damien came along, and then shortly after, Darren and Nelta came along, and then the band just grew. In terms of the young lady you mentioned, she is really just an added person. She's not really part of the band, so to speak. It was just mainly just totally four of us. Mm-hmm. But when we go places where it is required that we bring along added help, those are the go-to persons that we have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and for Nelto, how long have you been in the band?
How long have I been in the band? We play for 2017? Yeah, 2017.
Since 2017, and how long the band have been together? Way before that?
That's a while back, boy.
Wow.
Close to a decade.
I only get butty in here. I get butty into a gig.
Okay.
I get butty into a gig, but them man say, you know.
Like the vibe. Yeah. Like the vibe. That's good.
So with the band so far.
Family, like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
And what about you, Stephen?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we people would say that we have ever since we got management and what's not, people started saying, things seem a little more like we in a different box, but nothing changed. Nothing changed. We still like brothers. I mean, we got directors, we got leaders, but all of us see each other as brothers. Like the leadership and all that ain't really nothing.
Yeah. Like I said, from what I saw, that's from last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Y'all, like I said, y'all got that composure together. Now that's real good. Keeping that that brotherhood, especially when it comes to a band, because it's always about that energy. So I got to feel off him. If he's having a bad day today, I know for a fact I gonna have a bad day.
Right.
Because once he play and he off key, then the band go off course. So the fact that y'all keep that togetherness there, as you said, like brothers, it's a good look.
Yeah.
So how you rate it?
We just try to do things outside of music.
Yeah.
Like outside of the band.
Build a friendship.
Yeah. Keep that kind of vibe,
Yeah, man.
You got a lot of bands who like the man only does meet and talk when time for practice and so.
Yeah. That's true.
We try to keep that thing.
No. I've seen you guys play elsewhere, and and this is the first time I've heard that you guys are actually in a band, in a church together, right? I know Steven from making beats and stuff like that. So tell me how all of that fall in place for you and still balancing the fact that you're playing with the band.
Well, to be honest, sometimes it gets really challenging because, you know, you will have gigs and then at the same time you have people backed up who want to do recording.
Yeah.
So, you know, in terms of organizing myself, I can try my best to keep my schedule as flexible as possible. But I really don't see it as something that you would say is a challenge that you can't really do. Because at the end of the day, it's still music. It's the passion, it's the gift, it's the drive, it's just to keep it going. Because if you ain't use it, you'll lose it. So you gotta get the talent, you do it, and you just try to do it in the best way, just as most positive way as possible.
Definitely. So Nelto, you attend a different church, right, so to speak. But then how do you even balance the fact that you have to move from one church to go to a next church to play? Is it a time difference between them?
Well, we don't have clashes on Sundays.
Yeah.
So Sunday mornings, everybody go to their own church.
Yeah.
But once we have a gig, then we just meet up and we do it.
Okay, so it's not basically every Sunday you guys play at the church.
No. Not as the band.
Not as the band.
No.
Okay. All right. So we dealt with the band aspect. I'm gonna come over to Pastor Boland now.
Yeah, man.
Right. I want. I've seen the program that you produce every Sunday, and I must say it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I mean, it doesn't have any subtle way to praise God. You have to praise Him regardless, right? But it's very interesting how I see you govern your church and the fact that how you praise God. I mean, I've seen the clip where you somebody running through the crowd with a little. I mean, hey, but how?
The journey started. Sorry, but I was telling somebody today that.
Play your short, man. Play your short. The people at the live watching.
Somebody today that it's surprising that next month is gonna make 4 years since we started the church.
That's vibes.
The journey for me started from childhood. Just to be honest, I grew up in a home with my father and mother being pastors. As a matter of fact, Anelto goes to my father's church.
Oh yeah,
he plays in my father's church, right? So I started there, and then in the year 2017, the Lord really spoke and asked me to start halal praise. Well, the truth is, halal in the Bible is one of the Hebrew words for praise, and so halal means to be clamorously foolish, right? So that name in itself takes precedent in the church. You know that when you come to halal, you just need to be clamorously foolish. For me, I tell people that I don't believe in this way of praising God that you come and you just sit down and everybody just quiet and that kind of stuff, because with the generation that we have now, you can't take them out of the club and bring them into church and expect them to stay when you're just in there in this cozy little corner and you're trying to get them to convert to that kind of thing. I think that in order to bring them into something that they want to adapt to, you got to change. We're not changing the word. We're not changing the Bible. We're just changing the way we bring over the word to them. And that's basically what we're doing at Halal. So when you see that exuberant praise, when you see that way that we really express ourselves towards to God, that is just our way of praising God. The Bible does say, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. But it didn't say how we must make that joyful noise. Or they didn't say it was a specific way to make a joyful noise. Joyful, I might term joyful different to how Stephen termed joyful.
Right.
Right? And I know that when people get into the streets, even on Juve, they're in a joyful time.
Right.
So their joyful
Is
and the church joyful seems to be a different kind of joyful. Well, I think that sometimes we need to take copy off of them. Because they're kind of joyful. they're kind of joyful. They're making us in the church look like we sad.
Wow.
Honestly, they're making us look like we sad.
And you say that, and it's so interesting for me because then I've seen the band perform and I've heard certain music the band played before, and I must say it's that kind of up tempo beat where you could enjoy yourself.
True.
Why such music?
Well, I could answer that, right? But I prefer one of the musicians to answer. But I would just butt in and say...
Let's go with Steven. Let him answer that one.
Okay, well, let me just butt in quick and say... I prefer something, again, that the young people would be able to adapt to, right? And I do believe in the worship. I love worship music. Don't get me wrong. I love worship music. I love to get intimate with God. But when you're going to bring young people into a culture... It's like you're taking a pit bull and trying to put it in with some dumpan dog. You know, if you're taking out pit bull, you put it with pit bull.
You can't put that in with no pamper hall or
You know,
nothing.
of course.
That pit bull gonna rip up
Crazy,
every
Exactly. So if you're bringing people out of the dance hall, you can't bring them into the funeral home.
Bye.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that for real. So
They're gonna drop sleep.
let Stephen answer that, man.
Yeah, Steven, how I mean, and you play a vital role within the band, as Raswood said. You know, you say you play the drums.
Yeah.
But I know you will have some type of say in terms of rhythm.
Rhythm, how we hold.
Yeah, like how we use the man. I feel like use the man behind the rhythm.
Well,
I separate that apart from Nelta too, but we can swing the mic over there to him soon. But tell me.
Nelto is the man behind all the stems. Just let it be known. He's the real creator who come up with all them interesting melodies and rhythms that you would think come out of Sugar Band.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hell with that.
Yeah. For me, for real. But the point of it all, I would say, is to keep the young people captivated, as the pastor said. And the truth is that, you know, young people, they are influenced by a lot of things. And church, to be honest, is just not one of them. So if you want to get young people, you can't approach them the church way. It's just facts.
Yeah.
So, no care how you twist it, no care how you put it, it's just facts. You can't approach it the same way. Same goes for music. The generation's changing, the music is going to constantly be changing. So people would not be hooked on what they heard in 2001 like how they hook on something they heard last week. So we can't keep coming back with the same music. We can't keep coming back with the same style, the same approach. Otherwise it just would die out like everything else.
Yeah.
So
And that's true. That's true. And one of the things I like about, the type of music that it comes with, it makes me feel like, yeah, I walk in this. Even if you're not an avid church goer, you're just gonna get involved because just the rhythm and then the drums coming and then watch here, you could be a soca artist here. I tell high energy, you must get off your feet. And like you say, you gotta make a joyful noise unto the Lord.
Yeah.
As you say, ain't got no restriction. You can't go in the church and
go drop sleep. I mean, I've been to church like that, right?
Yeah.
And at times, I just feel like it could take a little more, but yeah, in the roots band sometimes, like, does make me want to praise God. We all should praise God each and every day, right? But the way how these guys play, I feel like I ain't talk. And Pastor said it. He said, no.
You can't pull physical activity too. So just bounce in your own.
It's only God.
You jump up in the name of Jesus, yeah? Don't try hard though.
I mean, and it's interesting. I mean, so Pastor, let's talk about the war room. How did you even come up with that?
That came about again. We're going back to using strategy. Again, using strategy. When I really started the church, I know that church have prayer meeting and Bible study in the week. That's what you grow up knowing. Right. And of course, what I've realized growing up is that when people come to prayer meeting, it's two things happening. They're either falling asleep or they're not interested.
Yeah.
Because we have made prayer meeting to be this thing that you come, you go by the altar, you kneel down, and by the time 15, 20 minutes pass, everybody fall asleep or somebody dribbling, as Jonathan said.
I've been guilty as well of the sleepy people. And slightly dribbling.
I have really seek God about that, and a lot of people feel like the name War Room came from the movie. But I tell people all the time, I've never watched the movie. I don't even know what the movie entails. I never watched the movie War Room. So I really got the download about this War Room thing, and we just started to do it about 2018 we started War Room, and that was just the vibe from the beginning that we are coming. It should be something like a prayer service, like a midweek prayer service,
Right.
but we don't want to call it prayer meeting. Let's say War Room. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to put it, it has really turned into a war room. Because when we come there on Tuesday night, we warring. We warring for a lot of things in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times it comes across as a social media thing or something that goes out there. But the truth is there are many things that are happening in war room. Deliverance, people coming to know Christ, lives changing, positive things. And this is something that, young people are looking forward to. Like, I've put it on pause since the last War Room was like the second week in December. And I haven't had any War Room for January. But there's not a week that passes that somebody going to message me and say, Pastor Boland, when War Room starting again?
Yeah.
But just let me bust the bubble tonight. We're starting on the 9th of February.
Oh, wow.
It's going to, because, we're coming back with War Room on the 9th of February. So if you need to come back. It's the roots playing.
The roots man playing.
Tell you why.
and I totally agree with you. You need a little vibrant sometimes.
Yeah.
A little upliftment.
True.
You need to make somebody stand up out the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Of course.
By praising God.
Of course.
Right? And I've seen your church do so many amazing things. True. Right? That one time I tell you, Pastor, I've seen a lot of videos coming from your church, and it's so amazing to me. And I feel as though people see it as a joke.
Right.
Right.
That's what I was just hitting at,
Yes.
the social media thing.
Yeah, and they see it as a joke.
Until they come there. They see it as a joke until they come.
And it's a life changer for them, right?
Okay. Until they come.
Easy, so.
Right? And it's not everything is considered as a joke when it comes to praising God. Right? And for me, I like I said, I've seen the videos, and it's something different for me because I've never seen a church operated the way that you guys operated. And it piques interest.
Right.
Let's just use that term. It piques interest. Now, you piquing interest to people on a whole. You getting them to come to the church, to experience the church, and maybe even being a member of that church.
Right.
How do you even manage the social media and the balance between yourself?
Okay, well, first, when I started the church in 2017, I tell people the Lord spoke to me and said that He wants me to hit social media hard. When I started the church, I was doing Facebook Live. So Halal Praise ain't just start doing Facebook Live.
Right.
I was doing Facebook Live first on my personal Facebook page. And then I created a page for the church, and we started doing live there. Putting up a phone in the church, using the phone mic, recording service. For me, quality is a biggie.
Yeah.
So that is why I have to have guys like Anelto, Stephen. I played music for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Quality is a biggie for me. Like, I got to get the best quality. Like, we have one of the best sound engineers in our church. A lot of you guys will know Geneve. People call him Biggers.
I know him.
Right?
I know him.
He's our sound engineer. And he has come to us like a year and a half now. And he has changed the whole quality of the Facebook Live. I've spent over $12,000 to $13,000 in equipment just to go on Facebook Live.
Wow.
And I just bought a brand new piece of equipment that he has not even used as yet. Cost me about $700 and something US dollars. Because I believe that as the church body, we cannot and we should not produce anything that is below standard.
Right.
I believe that if you're going to attract people, as you said, if you're going to attract young people, if you're going to be pulling in young people, one of the things I does always say about Nelto and Flippy and Damie and Stephen, if they hear a T on the song, they're playing the T. And that is what I like about those guys. So when you hear a track, you come into the church, you hear it, we sound like we're playing that same track from up in the United States.
Right.
Like I hear this song in the background playing right now, He's All the Best in Me from Marvin Sapp. If I was supposed to let Nelto play that song right now, we would sound the same. That's the truth.
We play Delta this
That's
part
the
by.
truth. If you come into the church and you sit down, you can't come into the church and sit down and you would never enjoy the service if every minute you hear a mic feeding back.
Yeah.
These little things I tell people, they are big concerns for me. So I tell people when you come to Halal Praise, what you see is almost a perfected production. So as you said, people have it like a joke.
Yeah.
But in there it's not a joke. Stephen would tell you, musicians got to be there half hour before church start. Worship team got to be there half hour before church start. Ushers got to be there half hour before church start. Leaders got to be there half hour before church start.
Pastor got to be there an hour before church start.
Pastor is there sometimes an hour before church start, honestly.
Yeah.
And these are stuff that you put in place to make sure, not because you want to put people in a box,
Yeah.
but because there must be some order. And that we don't want that when Stephen comes 10 minutes before church and he sits behind the keyboard, that he realizes that he can't gain a problem.
Yeah.
So at 9 o'clock, and if anybody watches Halal Praise, you would realize that 9 o'clock we start on the dot. Like that's
Right.
another thing we don't play with. Like War Room 7:30, we done kick off on the dot. 9 o'clock Sunday morning, we done kick off on the dot. And we could tell you that 45 minutes before church, people are in there praying. Because as you said, it's not a joke. People might have it like a joke. But if you come in and you understand the order of the church and what happens preluding the service and what happens in the week and that kind of stuff, it's not a joke thing. So balancing between the church and my personal life is hard. I'm being honest.
In what way it's hard for you?
A lot of times I don't get time for myself and I don't get time for my family. And that's bad. That's how, like when you guys would have called today, you know, I really had nothing planned to do tonight. So it was just like a free night where I just sit back, but trying to accommodate you guys. And also, this is an opportunity for me to get the church out there, to get the band out there. And I was very pleased when you guys said to me to bring the band members, because I don't want it to always be, as Pastor Boland, those guys need exposure to, I need people to know about them, because without them in the church, young people ain't coming.
That's a fact.
Young people not coming. They're not coming just to hear me preach. They need to have good music. They need to have good sounds going on. And so I'm grateful for these guys. And, you know, I tell people that I just got the best musicians around me. Honestly, I do. I'm grateful for that.
But how did you even source these musicians?
Because I played music.
I know I was coming back to that.
Yeah, because I played music.
Yeah.
They grew up watching me play, and so we became close.
Right.
And so they're laughing. So maybe that's not true. Let me take it back. They did not grow up watching me play. They did not grow up watching me play. So they're still growing up.
Yeah.
And they're still growing up, and they're watching me play.
They're taking pages still.
So I mean, they played along with me, and you know, those guys, the music that they're playing today, I've never played.
So why don't you go back to that?
No,
I'm done.
No.
I'm done.
Stone Age.
I'm throwing in the towel for the music. I'm done. They have taken up the mantle. That's their thing now.
Right. Okay, so the Roots band, right? Essentially, you guys play collectively together, and you have lead singers, as you say, in the band, no?
The band is basically a backing band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the backing band.
Yeah. So when you see us with Vakil,
Yes.
it is either Vakil featuring Roots or Roots featuring Vakil, depending on what the event is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we ain't gonna singers per se, like to say we got singers in the band. The band is just the four of us.
Okay, so in the case with Vakil, how did y'all come together and decide to work along with each other?
Well, as I said, as we said first, we our music circle is like more of a brotherhood kind of thing.
A fraternity,
Vakil is like a little brother to me. He my brother is best friends.
Neighbor.
No, he's no. Them man from school, them friendship from school.
Yeah, man, I know school, yeah.
And then I think he was AJ per video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had messaged me and asked me if we could do I think that time it was the vaccine. I mean, Vakil was singing all the time. He did, I think he won Kitchen Superstar.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But he wasn't singing as much. Like, it's only here and there somebody would invite him and so. And then they were asking me, what about this person and what about that person and what about this person? And I like to push people. So I say, you know what? Let me give Vakil. Let me give him a dough.
Yeah, blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a blind, man. Yeah.
And so we went vaccine, and it was really good. And
Yes.
since then, we've been getting cars and so on.
And I think you guys also played for during the campaign.
Yeah.
Which I saw the band in a different setting, right? And I think we did in-ears. You guys did in-ears. But the quality of music that you guys produce while backing him, it amazed me. Like,
Man, we got the works here. What you say, boy?
yeah. No, believe me. Like, I do hear on separate occasion, maybe Nelto playing for somewhere else or filling in somewhere. But collectively, as the band and young instrumentals, these guys, because I've known Nelto for a while now,
Yeah.
right? And I know his brother because me and him good. But seeing bits and pieces of musicians come together for one band, it's amazed me, like the kind of sync they have.
You know
together.
what the most amazing thing about the whole band is we could fool you. Let me put it that way. We could fool you. So like,
Pastor, did I fool you?
They could play anything. That's what he's going to say.
Yeah.
They could
so
play
if
anything.
you could come to there and you're thinking that when you come see the band, you're going to see Steven and drums, then must happen.
So it's
As a matter of fact,
versatile band.
as a matter of fact,
But I know you could play different instruments, so that's
matter of
a
fact,
given.
what
in
we
here.
just try to do
Yeah.
is we try to create this kind of vibe, different from the US. Should say that. So if my boy you're DJ and you're a DJ, nobody want to hear the same thing all the time. Like something must stand out. So if he wants to always be getting work, he got to sure that I mean I call Tappy, me and call me boy here. You check?
Yeah.
So that's something that we don't try to do. We always try to give this standard. I mean a lot of people feel like we don't get to because we know certain people and that, but that ain't really the case. If people see something good and they want it, then they come for it.
Yes.
And so
Let your work speak for itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amen says topic, yeah, we work no bar, man. No. We not go up so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't go
That's
up
true.
so.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that a lot of the entertainers feel like some promoters will just come and just decide what I want. You're supposed to come book me. I gotta see your work first.
Yeah.
I gotta see your work, and then coming from backseat, you see the type of energy that the band bring. You know, it's like I know for a fact if I go in a room there, I go in a bad. I go like a real dog. Real dog and chain and so, you check?
You know, I'm gonna give you some shackles, but you don't.
Yeah, man, I come walk in with jail suit, everything.
But the thing is, I wonder why Pastor Boland ain't the lead singer of the band.
I want him to be the lead singer.
Now what, right?
I want him going to soca.
Let the pastor
God,
answer
everybody
that.
a talent.
Yeah, everybody got a talent.
Singing it, Pastor own.
Thank you, Brother Dalton. Thank you.
Why not, Pastor? Why not?
Because
But God gave you the voice.
I just stepped into preaching, so singing it. Let us stick to the singing.
But you got them bad chant, dear man. How are you?
I really don't understand how you're going to tell me singing it for you. We'll be the chant, man.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I could maybe be the chant, man. I could
Yeah,
jump
man.
in on a chant. I could jump up on a speaker. You know?
Remember, we had some gospel soca, man.
All right, so Pastor, tell me something. I've seen on the video.
WINN FM chant.
He say WINN FM chat.
Chant.
Such a set him up with
Yeah,
the
man.
recording, okay? So Pastor, I've seen a few of your videos and I've seen this one specific person. Sometimes you move from here to there and they follow you. What is that guy?
I'm a bearer. In the Bible, well, that comes from the Bible that the prophets and so they had persons to carry their armor for them. Because of what happens in our church, right? And this is extremely serious that we have seen it many times. Because of the anointing and what we do in the church, deliverance and those kind of stuff, there are actually people that would come into the church just to hurt the pastor.
Wow.
Yeah. They came on assignment, like devilish assignment. Like, we see that all the time in the church, so that's nothing.
Wait.
So
Go back to that.
Why?
You're saying people on a mission,
yeah, most definitely.
devilish ways,
Because
to hurt the pastor.
we coming against things that people are doing, like witchcraft and you know, those kind of stuff. And if somebody's trying to bring down WINN FM radio station,
It's wow.
the owners them gonna war them.
It's wow.
Yeah.
So if you are a spiritual man trying to bring down somebody who doing witchcraft work, then
It's
they're
a
gonna
fight.
war you. So
Well, I let them try come in the war room now. They go load.
so when you
Lord.
are in those kind of position and you're doing those kind of ministry, you definitely need like an armor bearer, persons who come into the church. They try all kind of stuff that we ain't gonna talk about on the radio station. But it's
like
obvious to see when you come there. So the armor bearer is important. Sometimes, you know, to make sure that the atmosphere around you stays clean also. And so they're not just there, but they have an assignment to be praying. You might not see them moving, but the assignment is to be praying and covering and to be watching over the atmosphere also. So they know what their assignment is.
Right.
They definitely know what their assignment is.
Right. All right. So let's jump right back to the band real quick.
course.
Let's talk about practice. I mean, it's not every Sunday you guys play,
Not as a band, sorry.
right? But a few members of the band plays with the church on Sundays.
Well, every member of the band plays in a church on a Sunday.
Include different church.
Yeah. Stephen is the music director in Halal.
Yeah.
Well, Nelto is the main keyboardist in Pentecostal Harvest. The bass man plays at Wesleyan Holiness. The main keyboardist, Franklin, plays at another Wesleyan Holiness. So,
And he's actually on the live.
yeah,
too.
Damian is on the live, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually on the live.
He's actually the best bass man going around, you know that.
I would give it to him for real. He
Have
is.
to. Hands
He
down.
is. He is
Hands down.
underrated, but I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
I've heard him play. Yeah, he is.
The genius. If Damie goes away and somebody in the United States hear him, we're not getting him back here.
Yeah, he's like a Jimmy Neutron
Yeah.
in music. You know?
A real boy when it comes to music.
Hey, coming back here.
No, for real. He is like a Jimmy Neutron in music. I've heard him play. And I must say this openly. I know him. Like,
Yeah,
done with it right now.
So you just over there, just got this big bad band over here, just so versatile. Everybody could play a different instrument. It's like, man, you
Yes.
take a break on the drums today. I gotta take this one.
Those,
You know, go on the keyboard. You know what? Don't you go on the keyboard. Go play the triangle. Bam. That you work for today. Just play the triangle today.
But it happened up to yesterday in church. The guy who usually plays drum in church could not come yesterday, so Stephen had to play drum. So then the guy who usually plays bass in church played the keyboard yesterday.
So who played the bass?
There's another bass guy in the church.
So what instrument you just play in the church?
The mic.
And they tell that's the band, that's the chat. That's the
But what instrument you played before?
Keyboard.
Keyboard.
Yeah, I play the keyboard.
Okay.
Right. So and I really love the keyboard.
So why the band don't put you to task and see what if you could remember the keys still?
I could remember. I could remember the keys.
And Nelton just shake his head here.
No.
Nelton ain't got no faith in me at all.
I'll give him one
Yeah,
song.
what?
I'll give him one song.
Go hurt the feelings, your pastor. Hey, what? It's about, but the man got a kind of
Yeah,
back. You know,
He left me to play at a funeral of about a month ago.
Yeah.
Actually, write down the cards on a paper, give me before he left. Yeah, I had to write it down.
On the spot.
And this is the good thing is the pastor was my drummer.
Yeah?
Yeah, the pastor was my drummer.
You see me, you know, okay,
You see me, I like that pastor. What?
Well, there was no drummer at the funeral, so I had to, go in and help Nelton with a 1-2, 1 to hit there, 1 to hit here. So.
He was a memory, I tape him.
You taped him.
Make sure tape him.
All right, so Pastor, what is next for the Roots Band?
Last year, I said to them that we need to do a live. I know we have about 2 or 3 lives out there that people listen to. There's one on YouTube from by the church where we had the youth conference last year. But I mean a live that we really put some songs together. And as I said, I love the worship. I love worship. I love the soca music and so, but when it comes to worship, I feel like it gives me an opportunity to be intimate with God.
Yeah.
And worship, it builds that atmosphere in the church that I need. Right? That time of deliverance, that time of people being set free. Worship is also when you see who the real worshipers are, because anybody could praise God. But it takes a true person who is connected in the spirit to God to worship him. So next on the agenda for us, I would really like us to get something, if I should say it, and maybe Stephen or Nelton would be better to answer this, but something of a more album quality material. We do have the stuff in the church that can do that. We have professional stuff in the church, so we can record in tracks and then those guys edit it and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I really have next. I want us to do something live, but in a more album quality material where we have our songs, we put them together, but we come live in the church, do it, and then we produce that. But as I said, I guess those guys would have a better.
Man, Steven,
Steven or Nelton, you got any word on that?
Yeah, well, we began practicing. We trying to do a cover for Sinak tune Stand Amaze. I think that's the first project you're going to get from Vaki featuring, from the Roots, featuring Vaki.
Okay, so it's basically, and I mean, Pastor said it, he this is what he want to see next off the band. No, I definitely would want to look forward to that.
Of course.
Right? I mean, we have so many talented people here, and I know the band is capable of doing such a great job of either backing, featuring these people. I just want to see that. It's the objective in 2021 is to do that.
Yeah.
So people.
Definitely.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
people.
that we first project.
Yeah.
We trying to do it in a more Caribbean way. Do it in a Zouk farm. Try to promote we culture.
I love to hear that.
So it's basically like we're doing a Zouk cover of Hassan. Just trying to do something different and then eventually we could go on and bring out a single.
I was definitely
Yeah, we
gearing
could go
towards
on
that.
and work. I mean, production is time, eh?
It is.
Production is time.
That's true.
So, and then as I say, everybody in the band, like, we got this border thing, like, okay, Pastor said in the chat today, who available?
Yeah.
Couple man, I had a piano class tonight.
Mm.
He called Vakil, asked him if he could teach for me. He said, sure. I said, okay, cool. I message Pastor, I tell him. He said, I'm going to come. The bass man and the other keyboardist couldn't make it. So Steve said, he going to come. So we try to always keep this, you know, be there for one another.
Yeah, man.
And by the way, we got business too, you know.
What?
We advertise your business, you know.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Control, this is the platform.
This is your
We
platform.
cutting grass. Roots.
Roots. Not all.
So if you want, you got cut.
Roots. Root of
Yeah.
everything.
Landscaping, you know.
Who is governed? Who governs that?
Well, we
that
come
portion.
Up, we come up with it to tell you the truth, right? We come up with that there Saturday.
Pastor laughing, boy.
No, for real.
Pastor laughing. Yeah.
But we went. The keyboardist, Flippy,
Yeah.
Franklin. You know, he asked us if we could have come help him play Hillan.
Mm-hmm.
We went up there and tell them by them boys and he said that they were hard. But son a beat.
Oh.
Son a but me walk out. I said, yeah. I said, by the man then my father got land more, you know. How you and your boy we got Mache. I said, well no, daddy got land more home. And man on it, I tell you.
See, Damien say you want.
I say you want them. Say you want them.
Yeah, we went. And trust me, when I bring the lamb over, we get a good way. So we're going back Saturday again. Again, the vibe.
Round two.
Roots
Yeah.
landscaping,
So
boy.
if you want a hard cut to check the band, here we don't only play music, we cut grass.
Cut grass.
Me managing that part of the band.
Yeah, I thought it's you. I thought it's you the man
Deal
behind it.
with the accounts. Deal with the accounts.
Yeah, me managing that. Me managing the grass cutting part there at all, man.
But that's what you want to dump us. But for me, outside of that, we plan to do. We plan to do something.
The man say roots.
Yeah.
My bad, boy.
Roots landscaping, you know.
Roots landscaping, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Serious, Diane.
Hit up Nelto.
But
Yeah,
we also have a Facebook page too. So
Yeah.
for all those who listening out there, we have a Facebook page, Roots Gospel Band. And Roots is ROOTZ. Right, you know.
Something different.
So you can go to the page, like the page, you know, and just follow us on the page. We put up pictures every now and again, videos, something we practice, we put up videos that we practice, and so forth. If we have anything coming up, we'll post it on the page, you would know. Also, you could follow the church on Hallel Praise Worship Tabernacle on Facebook again.
Yeah.
You could go to the page right now, you like the page, you will be able to know when we go live on Sunday mornings, on Tuesdays, and as I said, right now we're not going live on Tuesdays because Wow Room is not on. But
Yeah.
from the 9th of February, we'll be back up again with the Wow Room. So you know, we definitely would have that running.
man,
But
tune in.
even if you miss our services, you can go right now, look at the one from yesterday, and I'm definitely sure, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you'll be blessed. Your life would be changed, and there will be something in that service that would really, really jump out at you. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Jump out at me for real.
I could book us for cool effect, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man, this guy is limited.
Delta, man.
You
Coming
see,
into
the thing
the
is,
sun-
right, the thing is, right?
I think you should put Delta as your marketing man, right?
No, I have to show you something,
I
right?
like that. I
that's the
like that.
guy.
I like that.
In other parts of the world, right?
Yes.
You see these big festivals and so. And you see in gospel artists,
Backing up.
not even, man, even talking something about the backing up part, but you'll see a gospel artist on the lineup.
Yeah.
You check it out, and some of the Christian community people, them.
You, I mean,
But this body, by this, do it, you know?
but
And bring you down.
but listen.
No.
But so you see, you can't really study. You got to, if you're trying to reach the last at any cost.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And then I think you got scripture in the Bible, you become all things to all
Yeah.
men, that you save
Yeah.
some. Ain't everybody gonna get saved.
No, ain't everybody gonna
So
get
if you're
saved.
trying to save some, you go in church every Sunday. Ain't every Sunday a man gonna walk out. I'm going to church today. You know, you gotta go out to the people.
And
And then that's something, even with the rhythm thing, you know?
Yeah, what, like, that rhythm thing there, like, is you.
Yeah.
It gotta be.
But
Gotta
you see,
be.
with the rhythm part, right?
Yeah,
You know, sometimes you got to, that's with culture. People may not like it,
yeah.
but it's with culture. Back in the day, you go to church and you sing some hymn and so on. He used to work in that time. He ain't working now. You know, you're singing all the hymns. Nothing wrong with hymns, eh?
Yeah.
I don't think at all.
But it's the way you put it over to people, you know?
Truth is that the generation has just changed. The truth is that the generation has just changed.
Yeah.
So we can't, like I said, music evolving by the generational change.
That's true.
So why should the church stay stagnant? It makes no sense. And that's why you see people who remain fearful to change, they don't move, go nowhere. It's just facts. Can't work.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true, aye.
One thing, the thing I like about not just the church, but the band is like you say, it opens up themselves to creativity.
Yes.
You know, so there's no limit in terms of the type of, like I said, the type of music and the praise that you want to give.
And I thought,
Because we know that the message is.
yeah,
So how you're gonna bring it across, it should attract people of all forms. Because I don't see how the war room has gone, like, and we talking like
we're talking wow, but I don't see how the church going out of
church,
time.
everything like you know,
Different,
it's just like that high energy, you know. It's well needed. 'Cause I
Yeah.
hear to go in the church and be,
We drop sleep.
I can't take on. I drop in sleep the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I need something as a attraction because as you say, you know, it's a generational change,
Right.
right? So you just got to game between the lines
Yeah.
and just find a way, find your niche, you know, as you see with the Roots band, and that's it, you know.
And don't let us get you wrong. Don't even let us get you wrong there. As he said, he had to go in the church and this quietness. Don't ever let us get it wrong. Ain't everybody gonna like it.
Yes,
No.
yes.
And that's what I try to let people to know. Like, and if that's not your style, may vex with you. So, you know, people go on Facebook and they say all kind of things about halal, they say all kind of things about Pastor Boland. I just tell people, don't ever look for me to respond to it, because I ain't gonna respond. My thing is that if this ain't your style, just keep out of it. If you ain't like ready for anybody send you there, go buy it. Go buy KFC. If you don't like halal, go Anglican, go Baptist, go somewhere else. If there ain't a poster out there say please come halal, no, not like that. So stop trying to fight down people in your own country. As Nelton said, you know, we do something, people want to fight it down. In our culture that we have here, especially in our small islands, right? We're not trying to lift up each other, and this is why
That's a fact.
places like Jamaica, and we talk about Jamaica and Trinidad and these places, the artists them pushing out so much because they push the people them. In our culture here, we push down people. It doesn't matter how much good people look like they're trying to do, we
Facts.
push them down. So I tell people, hey, I'm not looking for everybody to come to halal. It will never happen.
Yes.
And I'm not expecting it to happen.
Exactly.
And for anybody that does not like our style, I could tell the world that I'm not vexed with you if you don't like our style. But there's a certain set of people that God wants halal praise to reach, and those are the people that we are reaching. So don't ever get it mixed up, bro. So I just wanted people out there to know that for real.
Yeah, ain't a joke for real.
Yeah, man, and I like that. I fully respect that. You know, you got your niche. You don't like the style, go somewhere else. Simple. May one in a vexation you. But the pastor say we one in a vexation with you.
There are people that discriminate because of how Stephen got here. I'm being real.
Yeah.
Like they got a big problem with the fact that Stephen plays music in the church. I got here. The guy who plays the drums, he hear just like that. The guy who plays the bass, he hear just like that. People discriminate because of that. I tell people that if we have time to watch all of these stuff, we got a big problem, you know. We got a big problem because you coming into church and you have not yet concentrated on what God is going to do in your life, but you got time to watch that Stephen got on a short jean pants and some boat shoes
Yeah.
and a little t-shirt and he playing music on a Sunday morning. Now, does that stop the presence of God from coming into the church?
Right.
Does that stop the power of God from coming into the church?
Is that how they think?
Now, I'm not telling him to come church in a marina and he box up. Me telling him to be up there playing like Juve Martin and take off his shirt, fling it in the crowd and play without a shirt on. Of course, we're not promoting that. But then why do we want to keep people in a box so that we telling Nelto, big fat Nelto must go buy an X-large shirt and come in his tie and choke up his neck and all of these kind of things every week and a jacket just because he's a musician in the church and we're trying to make them look cute at the expense of what? The expense of the fact that the churches here can't even afford to pay the man them for the kind of gifting they're giving to us.
Yes.
Most of the times when they finish, all we do is tell them thank you and they're gone. And thank you can't help them. I tell people a professional keyboard costs 2,000 US. And that got nothing to do with what customs gonna tell you when you reach up there. You're spending $10,000 on a great keyboard. Yeah. I tell people we have over $100,000 worth of equipment in Halal Praise. Over $100,000.
And that-
Serious
And that is
value.
an investment for
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah, investment for
You
quality.
understand?
I said the work speaks for itself, so you have to invest. So people got to really understand that this ain't no wishy-washy thing,
No.
this is a serious praise, and this is the style that we're gonna use. If you're not comfortable with it, then that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Totally fine.
And that's where I went to the fact of saying that it's not a joke. You know,
You see,
it's not a
it's
joke
amazing that
to
somebody
praise
wouldn't be
God.
comfortable with it, but because they want news, they're gonna come. You know, like, but I mean, like that there, but you're in there.
Yeah.
You check it out, it makes sense.
Because it's
You
in the
taking
know.
time out your life,
Yeah.
and you see the thing is too young. You come, and you're trying hard within yourself to find a fault, but you can't find none.
Right.
So you end up in there eating up yourself, and then it's either you're gonna turn off, or at the end of the day you're gonna just go let go. You know, you just ain't gonna just let go.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. So we have now come to the end. I mean, the interview for me could have gone longer, but we gotta wrap it up at 10, right? Any final words, Pastor? Any final words, guys?
Well, for me, I would let the guys say the final word. I just want to say thanks for inviting us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, much
We look
better than
forward to
respect,
seeing you guys in Wow Room on Sunday morning, the experience one of these days.
Yes.
I'll let those guys say what they have to say last.
All right.
You walk with the handcuffs for me, cause I wait, got a little. Yeah, man, I'll definitely take a
Nelto.
pass you, man.
Let's start with
Together.
Nelto.
I just want to say, go to the band page,
Yeah.
follow the band page.
And the band name is
Roots is gospel. We get as Roots Gospel or Roots Band.
Roots Gospel Band.
Roots Gospel Band.
That's well, man.
Follow the band and you know
Facebook, Instagram?
Facebook. We think we got the Instagram yet.
Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks to everybody for all the support. Follow the pages. We definitely gonna work on the Instagram page, and we'll try to get it out there, promote it on the Facebook page. We're gonna also do some work on getting more material out there.
yeah.
Yeah, we really struggle with that too. We always like practicing on the gig, but we're gonna work on getting some material out there and definitely work on getting the single on the streaming platforms before the end of the year, and then hopefully start working on other joint projects. Hopefully we would like to also involve other people because we don't want to put so much of a stigma on
Yeah.
the genuine music we're trying to bring to everybody. So we would try to reach out to maybe people who in the conscious world
Yeah.
and not only just stick to a certain group of people because, like I said, we're trying to reach everybody. We can't reach everybody sitting down in one spot doing the same thing. So
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, you could catch us Thursday. We're playing Thursday by Antioch, but you ain't gonna get no rhythm though.
No?
There's something that I have called Worship Night,
Yes.
and so the band gonna be there backing up the singers, the artists.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Rashwood?
Yeah, thank you once again for coming out, Pastor, Roots Band. It was well informative and well appreciated. As you say, I like the fact that, you know, you're sticking to what you believe in, you know, and your style is your style. How you bring out the worship of God, that's your thing, and you have to feel comfortable.
Yes.
Because, you know, praise is all about allowing people to come in, you know, into your circle, and, you know, preaching the masses, and, you know, in your own style, your own vibe. So you just feel that level of comfort between you and the people.
Yes.
You know. So once you have that deal, and you just keep that same formula, it'll just go.
Yes,
you know, and you
definitely.
can see. You know?
Definitely.
So, you know, big up the halal praise.
Yes.
The war room.
And the
Don't
roots.
forget to
And the roots.
like the Facebook page.
And like the
Definitely.
yeah, like the
and
And
worship tabernacle.
they hit the notification bell for when they go live. too.
Yes, of course.
Right?
Do that.
Yes.
So on behalf of
We have
the music
Instagram too, so
Instagram.
Instagram and YouTube.
Okay.
Halal Praise is on Instagram and YouTube also.
Okay,
So,
nice.
Okay.
those pages.
All right, so on behalf of the Music Box with TNO Sound, we would like to thank you guys for coming through, having this sit down with us, and this insightful interview, because
Yes,
I
it
mean,
was.
people needed to hear it. People needed to hear it. You understand? And not joke about it, but people actually needed to hear it for themselves. And I really want to thank you guys for coming here tonight.
Yeah, for me, like, this is the numbers that we're seeing right now.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, you know. As a matter of fact, this is one of the highest numbers so far.
Yes.
For the show. So people, let's keep it like that. You know, the viewers, you know, thank you for, you know, taking the time out and, you know, watch the pastor and the Roots band come through, you know, share a little 1-2. And then, you know, next week it's gonna be the same. Good vibes, good energy on the Music Box.
Most definitely. All right, so I just want to say good night to our listeners and viewers. Right, to stick and stay with the TNO Sounds here at the Music Box WINN FM 98.9. I just want to say good night to you and you. Stay safe and get home.
Yes.
Recently, there are rumors and falsified reports circulating on social media about the novel coronavirus. For accurate information and updates, visit the Instagram and Facebook page of the Health Promotion Unit or the Ministry's YouTube channel